Hey, we're back. I think it's recording. Yeah. So, part one dinner was done, and now we get to talk a little bit of art. What we've got here is Jeff drinking tea, getting ready, warming up, and over here we've got Michael flexing and reading my book of poetry, a chapbook for our trip. So here's a plan, I guess. I'm gonna get Jeff to talk a little bit about what he does, maybe some stuff is coming up. Then he's going to lay a track down. Well, we won't record it, but he'll just perform for us. Then we'll probably jam, and I'll probably do a poem, hence Poets in the Kitchen. That's enough talking. All right.
Oh, wow. What do you want me to talk about?
We can make it like an interview or something.
Okay, I like interview style. It's
all right,
for me
cool.
to come up with things to talk about on my own.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
We want to know what do you want? What would you like to know about Jeff Michael? What questions?
I would like to know what kind of music he's into.
What kind of music I'm into? Whew, that's a hard one. I have a pretty eclectic sort of taste in music, brought up on the sort of 60s genre, as in Beatles and the Stones and that sort of thing, mixed in with a little old country, like Charlie Pride that my dad used to listen to. So I had an interesting, that was sort of the basis, and country, of course. I'm from, Saskatchewan. There's always some country in there, which I do like. But as I've sort of moved on, and my genres, I really like Bahamas right now. I don't know if you've heard of Bahamas. It's a Canadian singer-songwriter, amazing. Used to play guitar for Feist. Now he's doing his own thing. It's one of my big influences. I like a lot of Canadian music, Arcade Fire, that sort of stuff, a lot of indie stuff, but you can't go wrong with a nice pop song though too, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
I love the Arkells, Tokyo Police Club, and then of course I love my Whitney and my Beyonce, that sort of thing too. So I really, if it's a good song, it's a good song. And
so why so much into music? Where does that come from?
I'm not exactly sure where it comes from. I think my whole family dabbles in music a bit. My sister actually traveled around the world with this group, Up With People. Actually went, I don't know if she would have been in Denmark, but she was in Europe. Unfortunately, company went bankrupt when she was in Ireland. But she did music. My grandpa, who unfortunately I never met, was a teacher. I have an education degree, and he was also in a traveling band. He played saxophone, violin, and guitar. And so I think even though we never met, he passed away before I was born, a lot of those sort of interests and qualities were passed down through families and whatnot. And my dad is a great singer.
Awesome.
So if you were going to your favorite concert right now,
It would be at this house.
right
In
now,
that house
your
concert.
favorite concert, no matter how much it costs or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a very hard question.
Also,
I would
also a
actually,
musician that has passed away.
I would go to Sam Smith. Sam Smith.
Yeah.
I want to see Sam Smith so bad. And when he was in Vancouver, I thought about trying to get out there and get tickets, but I think nobody in the industry, specifically pop music industry, has a talent like that at this point. He's just remarkable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
Thank you for that. Thanks for the questions. All right. Very well done, sir. Let us get into some performing. I
Okay.
don't like this inside the air conditioner sitting in the back.
Yeah.
But I do like
Well,
this
can I hear this
heirloom
piano?
sign.
so we won't use, what is that? What does that say? I can't see.
It says cabin, sweet cabin.
I don't know if I can hear.
Oh, I'll bring it over for you. Can you hear
I'm
your...
not going to use the pedal, just because it's more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Sure. Quick, can you tell us what you're singing?
Yeah, I'm going to sing one of my originals. I've been working on a lot of music lately, finally re-inspired. But this is one of my favorite songs that I like to sing, and what I'm working on right now is actually recording really quality tracks so that people have been interested in having me come to venues and different things, but when artists come into town, they want to hear the artist that might open for them or do a show with them. So I've been asked to try to get some really like good recordings of my stuff done, and so I'm working on that. So I'm kind of revisiting some of these tracks. So this song is called Fly Away. It's sort of a like dark, waltzy song, which a lot of my stuff is pretty dark. You know, I don't want to spoil it by saying what it's written about.
That's
so
good. That's enough.
I may tell you after. It'll seem more authentic if I don't tell you what it's about.
Let's go.
Okay, this is Fly Away. We'll see how this goes. It's so electronic. I like it. So bury it all beneath the dirt and let it rot. They'll find it one day, digging their bones by the graves. If I could fly away tonight, I would. If I could fly away tonight, I would. I would. I would. So take out the sadness, turn it around, turn it upside down. And sooner or later the sun's coming up, and you've forgotten what it's all about. Sometimes it creeps and it crawls back in like a bug in your ear, and I don't know what to do about it other than to scratch it till it disappears. If I could fly away tonight, I would. If I could fly away tonight, I would. I would. You betcha I would. Imagine lots of darkness right now. Really brooding, heavy darkness. If I could fly away tonight, I would. I would. You betcha I would. That's it. That's Fly Away for ya.
Nicely done.
If you've noticed, I've kind of been listening to a lot of UK artists, thus the accent at some points during my music. Just make sure you're pronouncing things correctly, those vowel sounds in your A and your O. You know, they just got it right. When you're singing British, you know you're doing it well. I'll say it that much.
Okay.
But anyways, that was Fly Away. I don't know what we're doing now. But
Do you want? You don't have to. You can talk a bit more about it.
I don't want to talk more about that song, no.
That's perfect. That's great.
Oh yeah, the story about that song.
Well, that's what you were saying. So.
Well, it's like really dark and brooding, and like people. Lots of time when I like write, people think I must be going through some like terrible things, which oftentimes is true. But this song was actually written about an episode of the TV show Bones.
Oh, there you go.
I watched an episode of The Bones and was really inspired by death and darkness on the show and wrote this song.
Awesome.
Imagining them digging up somebody's bones. And so creativity doesn't always have to be about your inward struggle.
Fantastic.
It
Thank
can
you.
be about pop culture's struggle to maintain TV ratings.